Hello there, Internet. I am your host, J-Man. Welcome back to Let's Play Danganronpa 2. Goodbye, Despair. We left off. Well, we found out who was the killer of Hiyoko. We need to find out who the killer of Hiyoko was. Now... as we all know, due to recent events, I had to take a break. Yeah, I'm playing it on easy because apparently, to my knowledge, the this chapter can be a pain in the ass on the Switch version. I'm only gonna be doing like the first part for right now.
Now then, during the class, if you vote, oh well, who cares about...
I don't mind starting the trial, but I don't really have a grasp of how the case played out. You know, because I was asleep the whole time.
I was masturbating.
But you're just gonna confuse the heck out of us, aren't you?
But Nagito's not alone. I don't really get it either.
You're fine. Your head's empty anyway.
Empty head? Huh. What's wrong with that? Listen up! The emptier your head, the more dreams you can stuff inside it, you know?
Oh,
anyway,
God.
We shouldn't proceed with the trial if those two can't participate in the arguments.
Akane, there is so
Since
much
he's the
not
first
right
witness,
with you.
why don't we ask Hajime to explain the incident and the sequence of events?
Then, let's start with when we split into
Hey,
the
the plus
hospital
side, we
team
don't ever
and
have to
motel
stand next to
team
that
because
bitch
of the
ever
split.
again.
The hospital team consisted of Nagito, Ibuki, and Akane, who were infected, and Mikan, Fuyuhiko, and me.
The other 5 on the motel team were myself, Gundam, Kazuichi, Chiaki, and Hiyoko.
Spending the
Bitch!
night at the hospital was prohibited, so Hajime and I had to sleep at our cottage.
I woke up at my cottage on the day Mikan came by to wake me up, and told me that Nagito had recovered from his sickness. We immediately headed over to the hospital, and after we confirmed his recovery, I made Mikan rest in the
Okay, so in the event, so
I waited
because of what happened, I actually made a Reddit post to try and piss off the Friday Night Funkin' fandom. It was just me killing boyfriend and girlfriend in Koikatsu,
and then
blowing off
I saw the
boyfriend's head with a
incoming signal light on
shotgun
the
and
surveillance
stabbing
camera blinking
girlfriend
before
in
our
the
scheduled
eye.
time. When I
Apparently the
pressed
FNF
button
fans
to
think
turn
that
on
they...
the monitor, what appeared on screen was...
calling it ass when in actuality it's just average Koikatsu shit. And then some guy was like, girlfriend can't even die.
A video of someone wearing a hospital gown and a hemp bag on their head, climbing a stepladder.
Amazing! That's such a heart-pounding story! And then what did you do?
I tried to stop. I rushed out of the hospital and ran to where but it was too late. By the time I arrived, the person wearing the hemp bag on their head was already... I thought I should tell the others right
Why the motel?
because it was close to the music venue. At least, that's what I thought.
But I remember feeling a little relieved because not long after, we met up with Mikan and Fuyuhiko.
We were also looking for Ibuki since she
Yeah, so
disappeared
one of the
from our
guys
sight.
claims that girlfriend is immortal. I'm sorry, but wasn't that lemon demon trying to
After I
eat
rested
them?
for a bit,
That
I
implies
started
she
counting
can
at the
die.
hospital.
Therefore, she isn't immortal.
And then I noticed Ibuki was gone. So I sprinted out of the hospital.
And then somebody had the audacity to post a "Come on, you guys are reptiles." It's a picture of boyfriend and girlfriend in front of a noose. And I told them I had suicidal thoughts for a while, by the way. Have fun realizing you sent that to a suicidal man.
So I fled with him in various ways.
Various.
Don't say it like that and confuse people.
After I heard from those two that Ibuki disappeared, so I immediately led them to the music venue.
But the door wouldn't open, since we had no other option. And when that happened, and not just...
That's when we heard the body
And so we'd...
When we removed the hemp bag.
And
just as we
meanwhile, I was
feared,
like trying to check if
it
I
was
wasn't the
Ibuki.
only one that posted anything. I have Koikatsu on the FF subreddit.
So that's how the
I-
case played out.
Well, it's clear what the problem with this case is. When Hajime left the music venue, who...
Wait, how do I know it? Sorry, I'm only being impartial right now. Hajime, if you think you could be lying is lie, obviously. So you could make us ignore what might be an inconvenient truth for you. Do you doubt me? If you're not lying, I would like you to prove it. Come on, try to prove it to me. Prove your... Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
If Hajime's testimony is a lie, then the fact that Ibuki hung herself... That would also be... I don't think I can deny... After all, Hajime... Why would Hajime... Well, obviously, did Hajime kept the fact that the...
No, that's wrong. I'm not the killer. I mean, there's
Oh yeah,
no
also
way
in
I'd
the
be able
time
to
I was
imitate-
gone,
Of course
Mario and
you're not.
Luigi
Uh-huh.
Brothership came out, and while I enjoy it, it's very underwhelming.
Before the
For
incident,
one,
Hajime
spoilers
never
for
watched
Mario
that
Luigi
movie.
Brothership, by the
His
way.
invitation ticket
This is the
proved
first
that.
Mario and Luigi game to not have a Wiggler boss fight.
Each person only received one ticket, and they're marked with a stamp that shows the date and time.
Yeah, one of my favorite
Isn't
things about
that
Mario and
right,
Luigi, and
Monokuma?
there's no Wiggler fight.
Yes, no mistakes there.
Which means there's no way Hajime. Or did anyone tell him what happens in the movie?
Hold on a sec. You're the one who...
Nagito, what do you...
Well, since we're opening with your witness, it also provides.
What warm-up?
Don't get mad. I just think warming up is really important.
What a waste of time.
Now then, since we know Hajime's testimony is reliable, let's...
So this means Ibuki definitely climbed the step.
Yeah, I'm positive.
Then that seals it. Ibuki committed suicide.
If Ibuki committed suicide, then who killed Hiyoko?
Me!
A murder coincidentally occurring in the same place.
No, you guys don't know what I mean. If it was, there would not be a head.
Like I said before, it's pretty clear what the
I
problem
would have
with this
crushed him
case
with a
is.
sledgehammer.
The killer murdered Hiyoko while Hajime... So all we gotta do...
Then let's ask Hajime. How long?
I couldn't have been gone for more
Yeah,
than
another
10
thing I'm
minutes.
gonna do is do the recent events. I'm probably gonna
So they killed Hiyoko
delete my
and
Twitter
taped her
account
up
in the
within 10
future.
minutes?
That's why the killer
In fact, I
stalled
might
for
even make
time
that
by
to a
making the
stream of
music
me
venue a closed
going
zone.
through Twitter, seeing it all
What do you mean
before
it's
saying
closed
goodbye to
down?
the site
The
entirely.
killer blocked the venue door.
However, that door is the only entrance to the music venue, right? If they blocked the door from the inside,
Yeah, you're absolute. Which means, when we broke if that's the case, the only suspicious people are those who don't have an alibi. And that's you two! So,
What the hell?
the others all... Chiaki, Nikon, Hajime, and I all broke down the venue door together.
Yeah, I was
Gundam met up
also...
with Hajime at the motel right
Yeah,
before
the
that.
other big disappointment is the soundtrack. Like, it's fine, but it's nothing. And then I found out, to my surprise, and when I was actually kind of expecting, Yoko Shimamura wasn't the composer. So, for context, as you all know, Alpha Dream File for Fake went belly up in 2019.
And if Akane
And-
and Nagito were laid up in the hospital, the only person that leaves is one of you.
There's another person who doesn't have an alibi. You know, Nekomaru.
And the person that...
Me too!
Hey! You're kidding, right?
please stop me.
Anyway, if the killer was hiding inside the venue, we should obviously doubt the people who don't have alibis.
What a wicked way of backing us into a...
And the person who is a composer is a guy named Hideaki Sakamoto. And I don't reckon... Aside from Life Lights,
The killer was
the
still
theme
inside
from
the
Smash
music venue.
4...
By locking the door from the No, that's wrong.
Or Smash Ultimate, I don't recognize a single... The only ones I do I either heard of...
Wait a sec. There's also a possibility that the door was locked from the outside.
or never really listened to. Like, he composed 428 Super Race Ramble, which a game I heard of, the music director for Castlevania Judgment, and a series called Ectochrome, which was some cult PSP game. Apparently, it has a song for the game's sequel. It has the Guinness World Record for the longest song in a game, about 1 hour.
How?
The reason why I was so disappointed by it is because
Semi-transparent blob.
the reason I'm so disappointed by it is because the developer is Acquire, who, if you don't know,
Must have been glue.
made friggin' Octopath. So when I found out that the Octopath devs were making it, my hopes were increased because I thought there was a good chance that the composer for Octopath was going to do it.
I think so too.
And I love Octopath. Yasunori Nishiki.
It had a firm gel
I mean,
creaminess, and I could smell
Octopath
the
was his
chocolate
first
from the
game
milk in
as
my mouth.
composer. He mainly just did arrangements and stuff for other games, but Octopath was the first solo project of his. And
Based on all that,
have you heard the music?
I didn't know glue was edible.
Ba 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 da 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 da.
where the door was stuck. But if you just stick them together with glue, you'd be able to break down the door easily, you know?
Yeah, that's what I was expecting. Some guy I barely know, and the music is just fine at best. Also, I am really not used to. I am still trying to get used to the Mario and Luigi's new voice actors. Like,
First of all, didn't
like.
that drumstick, it was so obvious that it
Are you saying? the
Oh
drum
yeah.
set
Also,
was a trap to
Starlo
kill us
shows
on
up. Spoiler
purpose?
alert.
Then I.
Although it was spoiled for me because when I saw her like as like part of like the Nintendo Switch Online like thing, the thumbnail makers that they gave you, I'm like, wait, Starlo? She's in this game?
So,
I always keep calling her Chippy
during
for
the
some
10
reason.
And they also taped her up after killing her, right?
Even quick work has limits.
Oh, what unimaginable speed.
If they couldn't have, they must have done it early.
But when Hajime got to the venue, only Ibuki's body
Okay,
was there.
I'm not
right?
saying that Mario and Luigi is a terrible game, but Other Ship is a bad game or anything. It's fine, but
And when you went back with everyone else, Hiyoko's body was there
but
too.
I was maybe had my hopes up too high.
But it's possible that the body was...
Just revealed?
Of course, the body was revealed on its own.
Because how can you top Mario and Luigi Paper Jam's final boss theme? Like, I always had a theory that Shimomura used the Mario and Luigi series as an excuse to use scrap music for Kingdom Hearts. Like, put that in a Kingdom Hearts game, and I wouldn't tell the difference. But can you spell knife in this fun game? Practice. You gotta make a comic book next.
Got it!
God, that's. Yeah, I've been watching a bit of Die Ranger. Like, I don't know if everyone remembers it, but Die Ranger, like.
In the music venue storage room, there should have been black wallpaper that's the same color as that scrap.
Oh, damn. Oh, yeah. Also, I've been trying to watch a, So, I've been trying to read the Power Ranger Boom
There was
Studio
also a
comics,
tear
and
along the edge of the
apparently they could get... So, something I always like noticed when I was in high school, when I first was in middle school, was, sorry to bring it up, Mega Force.
You're right. You overlaid the... See? It...
So,
I see.
I remember
So
even looking at
scrap that was
the
caught on the
since
baton
the
line was originally
basically
part
when
of the
Troy's
wallpaper.
quote-unquote dream, basically the great legendary battle
And what's wrong with
footage.
that?
I saw
to do with
in the
Hiyoko
background,
finding
like you can, but you can barely see them unless like really pay attention.
A mere nobody like me isn't important enough to answer that.
The Rangers from Five Man.
But if
Chiku
you
said
guys
that
were
5-man.
exceptional enough to identify that scrap of paper, you can figure this out easily.
Describe paper on the wall. And so apparently it turns out, according to the Power Rangers according to the Boom Studio comics, those are called the Supersonic Rangers, which sounds like a really bad Sonic ripoff. But yeah, apparently that's what they're called, and apparently there was spoilers for the comic. There was a Green Ranger in that on their team, and he turns out to be Psycho Green. Yeah, the Green Psycho Ranger. And apparently, as I said, the comics get dark. Apparently, so the team reminded Morphin. They were not the original Power Rangers. Apparently, Zordon had some in the 60s. It consists of some lady who worked for Nasada, who ends up named Grace, who ends up being kind of important. A Vietnam War vet, a guy serving Nam, a Russian KGB agent, a British rock star, and a hippie. Okay, he wasn't a hippie. He was a protester against the Nam War. He's the Pink Ranger. That's not a joke. He's the Pink Ranger, and I find that kind of funny. And he's like, why am I pink? Yeah, so he and the Nam the war vet did not like each other very much. And of course, the Russian guy didn't like him either. And since he only spoke Russian, so Alpha ended up like translating him, like find a way to make him speak English, make him hear English, like. So they went off to go to the moon because Psycho Green was hiding there and was planning to try and release Rita from that space dumpster early. Why did they call it a dumpster? Did it look like a trash can or something? Okay, I'm sorry.
Got it. Hiyoko's body was hidden before we found it.
Ryo Renja, Shishi Renja, Tenmakiri, O Renja, Kyuruten Chi, Binge Undegai, Bayasuki no. Sadly, like I said, the Ranger's like, for us, Psycho Green crushed the British rocker, who's the Black Ranger, to death with a boulder, and then he ends up breaking the protesters' helmet in space, suffocating to death.
Yeah, by wrapping the wallpaper around the pillar, the killer was able to.
And they were able to go to Pandora Palace. Yes, due to some Sentai footage, of course, they kept the name of Rita's Moon Palace, calling it Pandora's Palace, because in the Sentai, Pandora was the main antagonist, Rita's Japanese counterpart, and she made her lair out of a bunch of buildings that she found, that she just plopped together. I could be wrong, but didn't she do something like that?
However, because it was concealed within a slightly larger pillar, I didn't realize that at the time.
Well, that's understandable. I mean, it makes sense.
So they used the baton lighting on the ceiling to hang.
The baton lighting.
That's how they hid Hiyoko's body.
But the killer made a mistake. And because of that, a scrap was...
The killer must have been...
But going to the...
The crime itself would be much easier to pull off. They just have to peel off that wallpaper and... Good point. It's about time we shed...
You mentioned imitation murder more than once.
Are you kidding me?
Hey, don't put my likeness in your movie.
You're pretty noisy for someone who eats mothballs.
I don't eat mothballs. I just think I knew it.
Ibuki's death by hanging Not just that, but Hiyoko getting taped up after her death match.
It's as if both crimes were replicated.
But why did the killer go to all...
Based on what we know,
I see!
The reason the killer imitated two of the murders.
Then
A valid line.
Yeah, it's valid.
What do you mean?
I'm not even crying.
But yeah, Pandora Palace.
I'll let you sob as much as you want later. Just hurry up and...
what a jerk!
Oh, I see. You want me to explain it?
But
to
not only
you?
that, they actually made the Dire Ranger suits also
Right?
canon. Even having an original Black Ranger, calling him and I don't know what his like the motif like for it was based on. Some say it was like meant to be a hippogriff, but for what I read was a chick. But to my shock, Blue was non-binary. They should have made the yellow non-binary. If anyone asks, as I'm sure you guys all know by now, the Yellow Ranger, almost a lot of the instances of the Yellow Ranger being a guy in the Sentai, like the Yellow Ranger in like Tiger Ranger boy from Zhu Ranger was a boy, and then it was everybody in the post Zordon era. Well, and every season afterwards, up until Disney bought the rights, and
Look,
Justin
that means when
Justin
she's still
kinda counts as yellow.
but it seems Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was killed. That would mean Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki.
Highlights.
Your opponent is out of your league. It is too absurd to try to perplex me so inadequately.
Man, he's being annoying again.
First and foremost, you claim Ibuki's feet were touching the floor with... How can a low-class creature...
Oh yeah, another thing. They
Only possible
actually
if he's on the
fixed
floor.
GTA Remastered. Definitive editions.
It seems you suffer from a...
We got GTA,
delusion.
the GTA trilogy fixed for GTA 6.
You're one to talk.
Okay, for everybody that forgot, I don't blame you. The GTA... In 2021, GTA released a new... Released like a remasters of the PS2 trilogy. However, these ports, I mean, I thought were very, very, very flawed.
When Hiyoko died, Ibuki's feet were on the floor.
I am telling you to... Did you see her walking?
If her feet were, was there any sign she stepped on something?
I agree with that.
Yeah, they were really, really, really poor quality of sorts. And to make matters worse,
Sonya
they...
Ibuki stepped on something. That something was blood.
They...
Stains on the...
That is not Ibuki's blood, right?
Then it's Hiyoko's blood.
Hiyoko's only wound was a fatal slice on her neck.
good.
If Ibuki stepped on
She
her
cut out her throat. Her voice box probably got removed because she was a bitch.
Ibuki was still standing
No one
when
likes her.
Hiyoko was mortally wounded, which means Ibuki was still alive at the exact
And
moment
the people that
Hiyoko
do
was
like her are
killed.
likely pedophiles.
Don't underestimate the power of the evil eye. Is that it?
Does that mean
you have a rebuttal? That's a good line.
But yeah, I should probably bring up more yeah, I've got to read the Boom Studio comics.
You're so frightened you can't even make a sound. However, the time for conviction starts now. You better entertain me.
Yeah, does anyone know where what's a good compilation for the comics? Like the hardcovers in order? I might buy one of the hardcovers just to, because I have heard nothing but praise for.
You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet belonged to Hiyoko? Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. You can't step on blood that was never there. Did you see a nice nightmare? You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet. Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no blood on the floor.
Allow me to cut through those words.
Literally.
That's not it. The reason there was no blood on the floor is...
Don't say such foolish things. You don't have proof of that at all.
Yes, I do. If you look close, there's a streak
Da-da-da, vibration. Brand new fantasy. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Bada, watch your revelation. Yeah, again, we got GTA Definitive Trilogy fixed before GTA 6.
Ibuki must have already stepped in it, and the killer probably didn't even realize it.
I don't know how. Ocean Man, take you by the hand into the land that you understand.
Right?
Ocean Man, the courage to the corner of a globe is a real trip. Ocean Man, the force of a time man right by the sand, choking up the thirst of the land. Ocean Man, taking you through all the brother amazement at the Oberland.
Ibuki's body was like
Ocean
that in
Man,
Hiyoko, and it wasn't bleeding from the
Ocean
open-
Man, the crust of a time man right by the sand.
To stop her bleeding.
I might do a whole cover of it right now, just because I'm bored. Ocean Man, take you by the hand take me by the hand, lead me to the land that you understand. Ocean Man, the voyage up to the corner of a globe is a real trip.
None of us were aware of that fact.
Ocean Man, the crust of a tan man right by the sand, soaking up the thirst of the land. Ocean Man, can you see through the wonder of amazement at the Oberman? Ocean Man, the crust is elusive when it's cast forth to the childlike man. Ocean Man, the sequence of a life form raised in the sand, soaking up the thirst of the land. Ocean Man, yeah, I kind of agree that everything should have a credits song for Ocean Man.
Just to keep concrete evidence from us.
Yep.
Like, tell.
Since then it's decided.
A part of me's even considering like making edits to it.
Retreat for now. Fine then, but regardless of
Can't you just shut up?
Now then.
Ah, wait a sec.
Again.
Hey,
That's
The
suicide.
same as always. Think about it. A suicide means you've killed the most important existence of... Unfortunately, that means there's no Blacken to punish, but I guess in a... Why me?
Can you punish Hyoko's corpse?
Well,
Like, you know,
I mean, I understand Hiyoko's death.
put it into a blender and grind her the fuck up
Was really For
and
example,
drink it
it's possible
like you
Ibuki
drank Mondo
killed
as when he
Hiyoko.
got turned into butter.
That's totally impossible. Then she never would have.
She was afflicted by the despair disease.
But if Ibuki's the killer, after Hajime saw the killer had to be a...
Then she was alive. When Hajime first discovered if she waited until
She hanged herself. Remember?
And her body would have been defenseless.
There's no doubt that's...
What the heck?
There's... If Ibuki didn't... According to that video then does that...
Forced? Perhaps they used hypnotism or something?
I don't know anything.
Don't say it all.
So, then our plan is to destroy the... Since Hajime has seen the video...
It's a cheap-ass surveillance camera, you know? There's no way it'd have some kind of...
What time?
I saw it at the hospital, and I saw the body.
And since we had... That means the time that the murders occurred was before and during the announcement.
Now then, I shall issue my decree.
Smash.
Let Operation
Ocean
Destroy
Man,
the Weakest Alibi
Take you by the
commence.
hand into the land that you understand.
We can exclude the sick. And what about the... Right before the morning, I was totally sleeping and... I think everyone at the motel...
So everyone...
who stayed at the motel... What about you guys? I was wrong. Most... That's not enough. Aside from those afflicted... If no...
No, that's wrong.
Hold on. Not. In fact,
You...
up until I saw that.
Hey!
Too much.
Yeah, it's not like that.
And we went to the hot...
I get it.
If that's the case...
It's better if... The killer decided to falsify the murder sequence to hide the actual time of the crime.
So it's inevitable that an alibi for both before
Oh
and
yeah, I'm also
during
very
the
proud of the
morning announcement
JoJo
would be
Mei I
very
put in for the
important.
Hiyoko to tell Hiyoko to shut up. You know what's funny about that? If you don't know, Kira Buckland is the voice of Jolene in the Stone Ocean anime.
But... Committing an image... Faking the time...
Yeah, I also want to try and
Only
stream
reason
the
killer made
Death Note
both
Killer
bodies
Within
imitate the
because
movie?
if you don't remember, it's Death Note Among Us. Because Death Note is Hirogaru. Bullying FNF fans.
Are you saying?
I feel really... I think the killer...
Well,
Hiya!
Stop!
What a...
yeah, well, I'm going to end the episode right here. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. See ya.